Good evening, everyone. I'm Riley King, and happy April 10th, 2019, and welcome to this edition of Good Evening, New Hampshire. Tonight we have a special guest. He's standing by. We'll go to him shortly. But first, let's begin with your local news. Crews from Concord, 23 other departments battle a large blaze and large fire at a farm in Concord. Let's take a listen to this video from Mr. Ray Brewer.
Out the door when it matters most. For more than a decade, he's been right there, everywhere. And when American jobs are on the line, he leads the charge. ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir is America's most watched newscast, and we thank you.
The fire at Murray Farm greenhouses was spotted around 3:30 in the morning by someone passing by. It would eventually go to 4 alarms, bringing in firefighters from 23 towns. The biggest problem, getting enough water, even though the Kentucky River is right across the street.
Even though the river's here, we had some challenge getting water out of the river just because of the steep angle getting down into the river. A little harder to pull a draft out of there because of that steep angle.
From across the river, Jerry Smith and his wife watched.
My wife was really shook up. She started crying, and she was really distressed about it because we know the Murrays personally.
While the investigation is ongoing, it looks like the fire started in the building containing the office and mechanical services.
So our boilers, electrical, water, all of that's gone, and the greenhouse was attached to that building.
The timing couldn't have been worse, as the greenhouses were packed with plants for the spring. Still, owner Dave Murray believes 85 to 90% of the plants can be saved.
Everything on the back side of this greenhouse, as we go all the way back, the further we go back, the better it looks.
While it might be tough getting things open for Easter, Murray says his goal is to be back open by the end of the month, and he has a message for his customers.
We've been here since 1904 without quitting yet.
And you can see them putting on some of the plastic to get those greenhouses buttoned up for the evening. Now, there was one firefighter transported for evaluation, no other injuries reported, and owner Dave Murray says he wants everyone to know that Dickie, the greenhouse cat, is just fine. Reporting live in Concord, Ray Brewer, WMUR News.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. We're happy no serious injuries occurred during the incident. Group search for anyone who recognized dog found not too healthy near Manchester Park. Let's take a listen to this video.
Standing between you and Planet Fitness is... nothing. You got this. Join now for just 25 cents down, $10 a month, no commitment. Offer ends April 10th.
An investigation is underway after an emaciated and dehydrated dog was found near Livingston Park in Manchester. Granite State Dog Recovery says the female pit bull was taken to a vet last night. She had very low blood pressure and appeared to have urine burns on her skin, which could indicate that she was confined to a crate or a kennel. She only weighed 26 pounds, but vets say she should weigh more than twice that amount. Granite State Dog Recovery is asking anyone who recognizes this dog to please give them a call.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Sununu says he's made absolutely no decision on his political future. Governor Chris Sununu responded to WMUR's report that he's told key Republicans he's seeking re-election, and he also said he has no intent to run and take on Senator Jeanne Shaheen in the 2020 Senate race. Senator Amy Cullen-Belcher staffs up in New Hampshire with 3 veteran political opponents. Operative. Minnesota Democrat taps former Shaheen NHDP staffers for top Granite State post. Minnesota Democratic Senator Amy Cullen-Belcher's presidential campaign is about to have a permanent place in New Hampshire. The campaign said on Wednesday that 3 veteran New Hampshire and national politicals have been hired to staff her campaign in the Granite State. The campaign said her New Hampshire team will focus on building a strong grassroots operation and talking to people across the Granite State about Amy's optimism economic agenda. And let's take a look at the names of the staffers. Take a look. Scott, Sandra, and Ben. Newly announced presidential candidate Eric Swell to return to New Hampshire next week. California Democrat U.S. House member hires top campaign official with several Granite State ties. U.S. Rep. Eric Swell, the latest Democrat to declare a candidacy for president, will return to New Hampshire next week for 2 events, including a taping of WMUR's Conversation with a Candidate series. And switching gears now, let's go to our special guests and let's give a warm welcome to our guest weatherman, Tim Breslin from the Timothy Breslin Weather Center. Good evening, Tim, and welcome to Good Evening, New Hampshire.
Good evening, Riley. Good evening, everyone. Slowly but surely, the temperatures in the sky since in the way temperatures we rank on Thursday. After another chilly night ahead, 20 cloud cover. Lows will range from the teens far south to the east south. Thursday looks bright and mild. Upper to lower 50 south. West have mainly with some sunny before rain showers. Potential Friday night. Temperatures will be a few degrees milder, with most getting into the 50s. Morning showers and clouds Saturday will give way to some sunshine in the afternoon. The temperatures will get mild. The sun comes out for the longest time. Highs will range from the upper 50s to the upper 60s. So this weekend is going to be quite nice. That is a back on you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Tim Breslin, our guest weatherman. We're glad to have a guest weatherman here. Now, switching gears now, let's go on over into sports. In sports, New Hampshire's Spencer Young skates at Frozen 4. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9, Jamie Stayston.
The NCAA Hockey Frozen Four begins to play out tomorrow in Buffalo, starting with Providence College playing Minnesota Duluth at 5 p.m. And taking the ice for the Friars is this guy, Spencer Young, a junior defenseman and finance major from Brentwood. He played at Exeter High School and Phillips Exeter growing up. This year, he's played in all 41 games and has had an excellent season, 8 goals and 13 assists from the blue line. He will be looking to help 11th-ranked Providence upset the second-ranked Bulldogs, and he will be representing the Granite State.
Yeah, I think it means a lot. I mean, I played in New Hampshire from when I was in mites to all the way to high school before I got to college. So I think hearing from a lot of people from high school and back home, and I think it means a lot to them to see someone come from my town and my community, because not a lot of people get this opportunity, so I definitely want to make it count.
Okay, and there you go on that video. And also, New Hampshire Fisher Cats, they have a game this evening, and they are currently playing their game, and it's the bottom of 2, and the score is 0-1. REA is losing, and the New Hampshire Fisher Cats has won. Go New Hampshire Fisher Cats, hopefully they win this evening. Chilly went out there too. And take a look at this. Deerfield Parks and Recreation would like to send a big congratulations to Forrest McKenzie on his New Hampshire Cross Country Runner of the Year honor. As part of his selection, Forrest was able to donate $1,000 to his choice of organization, and he selected Deerfield's own Park and Recreation Department. Very cool indeed, and congratulations to Forrest McKenzie. And switching gears now, let's go to your arts and entertainment. Granite Kitchen, from chicken to chocolate, an easy spring dinner. Let's take a look. And take a look at this article in the Union Leader and the recipe as well. And chocolate cream pie. Oh my, I love chocolate cream pie. Look at that recipe. Sounds yummy. I think I might need to make this chocolate cream pie. And if you want to see the recipe and things, we will share this link with you on the Riley King Network Facebook page. It will be under Good Evening, New Hampshire. And let's take a look and see what type of events are happening this evening in New Hampshire. Destiny and Inclusion, a community conversation, 7 p.m. at First Congressional Church. Voice over Class, 7 p.m. at Hood Middle School. Towns Talk with Police Departments, 7 p.m. at Walty Lindenborough Cooperative High School. Discovering Magic, 7:30 p.m. at the Hatbox Theater. Ensemble Rastical Series, 7:30 p.m. Alum Ratical Hall, Red Fern Art Center at Keene State College. And Insignificance, a play by Terry Johnson, 7:30 p.m. at the Winnipesaukee Playhouse. And those are all the events happening this evening in New Hampshire, and that does it for this edition of Good Evening New Hampshire. Hopefully you all enjoyed this edition of Good Evening New Hampshire. Have a wonderful Wednesday night. I'll see you back here tomorrow night for another edition of Good Evening New Hampshire. Good night, everyone, and bye-bye.